Hello, my name is Kimberley Meier, and I want to welcome you to a Bull City International Film Festival sneak preview. Today, we're discussing the film entitled The Recipe, and joining us is John Forte and Joshua Shipman. John is the director, producer, and writer of the film, and Joshua is a talented actor who played the role of Gary Baxter. So how are you both doing?
Doing great. A little cold in Virginia Beach, but other than that, and you're cold too, right?
Here too. Yeah. Awesome.
I'm doing good. I can't complain. Right now I'm in a small town called Whiteville, North Carolina, closer to Wilmington, but the weather is just a little gloomy out here. Not bad. It's warm, but it feels good, but it's just, we need more sun. So hoping for that this week. Yeah.
Awesome. Well, I'm so glad you're both joining us today. If you're ready to get started, we'll go in with the first question.
Sure.
Cool.
All right. Well, tell us how you both got into the film industry.
Josh, you want to go first, or we're too polite. Okay, I'm older. I'll start. I'm older.
There you go.
There you go.
Yeah, he's better looking. I'm older. Okay. I started. I was an actor in New York for about 10 years, and then previously in college, I was an English and a theater major. Did tons of theater. Always wrote. Always was that guy that directed as well. And then afterwards, I came to Virginia Beach and started working with a company that did a lot of training. And so we did everything from human resources, safety, things like that. The one thing that was really impressed upon me, but also the way that I believe too, is story is important, even in no matter what format you're dealing with, story, because that's what engages people. So I started doing that film, and I love working with actors, love working with writers and crew, and I treat it like family. So that's how I like it.
That's wonderful. What about you, John?
For me, it was literally, I caught that acting bug when I was about, I was young. I was really young. I'd just say childhood. So I would watch TV all the time. I would watch the behind the scenes. I would watch just movies, TV shows, and I'm like, I'm gonna be an actor. That's what I want to do with my life. I had no idea what manifestation or anything like that was back then, but I just knew I wanted to be an actor, and that's what I was going to be. So I kept speaking it over my life. I kept chasing it. Of course, I went through the pitfalls. I went through the obstacles and everything. But for some reason, nothing could take me away from acting. Nothing. No job, no profession. I went, I got my associates in arts, and then I got my bachelor's in mass communication and broadcasting. Absolutely nothing could take me away from wanting to be an actor. So here we are today, and we're talking about this amazing film that John, Candy put together with the whole team. That's just, one of the great things about being determined and not giving up, because you get to do amazing stuff like this.
I love hearing the story of people's journeys that take them to where they're supposed to be in life, and I just think it's fantastic. So, had you both met before this film?
Never. No, I'm a very instinctual person. I mean, I really go by my gut, and also you go by talent, and of course that when the proof is in the pudding in front of the camera or behind the camera. Whatever technician you're working with, and so for me, I just went okay, and again, I was very forthright with Josh. Because I wanted to ask him stuff about not only the character but also what I was trying to do and get across. That forgiveness knows no race, no bounds, no nothing. And he looked at me, he goes, well, he didn't say dude, but I hear him say dude, it's great. It's a great script. It's fun. This is going to work. And I went, cool. So, I and Josh can attest to this.
Right.
I love to have fun on the set.
Yes.
Even though we're doing something very heavy,
Yes.
But I'm thinking, dear Lord, this is heavy stuff, So, yeah.
Actually, a really good segue. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No. I can talk until you say shut up, Joshua.
No, I love to hear what you have to say. I apologize.
I was just going to add to that. Yes, I can attest to that. He does love to have fun on set, which is good because at the end of the day, actors, I mean, of course, we're there for a job, but we also want to have fun. We also want to meet people who are like-minded. You know, we're getting a job done, but we're also having fun. So, and one thing, I don't know if this is going to be a question, but one thing I do want to say, this was supposed to happen because not only did this film challenge me in so many ways, I've yet to have a production or work on a production that was, like you said, that was this heavy. So it really, really, really challenged me, and I love it.
That's fantastic. Well, the movie itself was, like you said, heavy, but in an important way. And that is my next question, really. And that's that this was a very important movie. So, John, when did you know that you had to make this story into a film?
I was talking with someone, and they're involved in the production as well. And I think redemptive stories are important, and typically, though, are heavy-handed and sometimes melodramatic. Mm-hmm. You almost don't want to talk. Like, if I want to say I love someone, you almost don't want to say I love you in the film, but you want to show it. So I thought, what challenge would someone have to really forgive someone? And it could be their faith life, it could be the fact that they want to have restorative powers in the relationship. And I said, well, if this guy is part of the family and grew up with him, the ultimate irony is what happens at the end, and he's just blown away that, oh my gosh, this guy was stealing from me. But it's a common story because you go to where you can go. And I mean, I've talked to addicts and things like that. So I really felt that forgiveness. Look, it's hard. I mean, we've all been wronged in our life, and I don't care who you are, how old you are, it happens. And every day, I mean, for me, every day I go, I got to forgive. And it's an ongoing daily process, And I thought, well, and again, I have to say this, and Josh, you could attest to this too. Candy's not here, but Josh and Candy, I mean, it was like he said, it was supposed to be, because they were disgustingly nice to each other. They were great with each other. I was almost like, do you guys know each other? But they just bonded, It was really cool. And again, I don't mean to go on so long, but it's a walk of faith, a walk of forgiveness. I didn't want to push the faith element too much. I mean, it's a part of her life, but also she wants to love this guy again. Yeah. And she lost her son. And this is, if you will, right, Josh, this is her other son.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's the overall message I wanted to say.
Oh, that's wonderful. I think you got that across, and I definitely think that the chemistry was fantastic on screen. Joshua, what made you decide that you wanted to play the role of Gary?
After reading the script, it was introduced to me through Sylvia Hudson, which is my agent. So Sylvia, she passed me a short story. She said, hey, we got a short film for you. And just kind of read through and let me know what you feel. I mean, she's like, it's heavy. She actually warned me of that beforehand. She was like, hey, this is really heavy. But she was like, hey, I know you can do it. So I'm just sending it to you. So I read through the script, and I was blown away by it. For it to be a short film, I'll say this could have easily been a feature film in many ways, but we'll probably get on that later on. I think. I'm not sure.
But you're like the 58th person who has asked me to make it into a feater. That's funny.
See what I'm saying?
You're right. It could be, yeah.
So at the audition, I met Candy, amazing actress, amazing person. She's so down to earth. She really came off as that person in the family, or in another family that's not really yours, who invites you in. She's very inviting. She's, it was almost like meeting my grandmother. It was almost like making a film with my grandmother almost. So it was easy because she just had that spirit. And, I said, this is going to be easy. After that first audition, I was like, not as easy as, getting the material on camera, but easy as in, I have a great co-star, so we're gonna make magic with this. But deep down inside, what made me choose this character was like, okay, again, it was a challenge. I love challenges as an actor, or an artist. Challenges, they help us grow. So I said, you know what? I haven't really done emotional scenes, and if I have, it wasn't long. But with this one being, you might as well say the entire film was emotional. And the character was a great, he was a great guy. He was just, there were childhood friends who sometimes life just takes us different ways and brings us back together in unfortunate ways sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
But in this story, it really not only helped me as an artist, but it taught me how to learn how to forgive more, or to learn that, holding on to, I don't know, just kind of holding on to animosity or anything bad that you've had with someone else, or any mistakes that may have happened, to learn how to let go and love again. So that's one of the things that helped me make my decision in taking on this character and just giving my all to it, basically.
Wow, I love that. So much more than just a job, it sounds like.
Oh yeah.
Love
Definitely.
that. That's fantastic. Well, you guys had me incredibly emotional by the end, so successful job, I would say.
Yeah. Thank you.
Well, I just have one more question for you guys, both of you. What advice would you both give to someone who's interested in filmmaking and or acting, but maybe they're afraid or don't know where to start?
Why don't you go, Josh?
All
yeah.
Right. I get this question 1,000 times a day almost. Get a day job. No, I'm kidding. No, seriously. Please understand, you have to know why you want to do this. For me, it's like I said, I caught the acting bug when I was a little kid. It's always been my passion, literally my God-given talent, that I felt like I don't want to do anything else but this. And I have so much fun with it. I have so much freedom with it. It's kind of like I'm not working when I'm on set, especially when I'm on set with great people like John and Candy and the whole team, Tammy, everyone. When I'm on scene, when I can be on scene with people like on set, when I can be on set with people like that, it makes my job, it's almost like just kind of walk through the neighborhood meeting new people. It's easy, but know why you want to do this. If you have that idea of, oh, I want to be rich and famous, trust me, you'll probably get famous quicker by working a regular job than you will being an actor. It's hard. It's definitely not overnight success. I've been doing this professionally for over 10 years. I have a lot of theater background as well, but it can be it is very demanding. It can be costly if you're not taking the correct routes. There's so many sharks in this industry that want to take advantage of your talent, take advantage of your time. But if there's something that you really want to do, align yourself with like-minded people, align yourself with positive people who actually have a purpose, and they don't want to just waste your time. They want to see you grow. You can help each other grow. People, it's going to be a lonely game. I will say this: it's going to be a lonely game because a lot of people are not going to believe in you. Family, friends, your closest relatives, your closest friends, they're going to look at you like you're wasting your time when you first start this thing. I heard this saying that, let's just be honest, a lot of people aren't going to support you until they actually see you start succeeding. You have to have what I say elephant rhinoceros skin, because it's very tough. You'll hear 1,000 no's. Might as well say you'll hear 1,001 no's before you hear that one yes. And after that one yes, you'll hear maybe 500 more no's until you keep going. Consistency, persistence, determination, just nonstop. You have to literally have laser focus and understand that it's going to take blood, sweat, tears, and everything else to succeed in this industry.
Wow. Yeah.
Yeah.
I can't. The only thing I can add about about what I do, since I'm always writing. So because no one's going to come along right now, at least, and say, hey, John, well, some people do say, hey, you want to direct this, but I love story, and I love creating a universe and a world that people need to, that I want to explore. Believe it or not, I write a lot of comedy. I know that this movie is like, poor Josh went into therapy after this movie. No, I'm kidding. So but I'm working on a script right now that no one is saying, hey, John, we really want to see this script, So I constantly, I have so many, what they, call intellectual property, that I'm trying to get out there. And I'm blessed to have an agent who actually believes in me, and Beverly introduced me. He mentioned Tammy Valadez, who's the EP of this. She was great, and Josh could attest to that. She was just like, you guys are great, and she's very encouraging. And Tammy and I met on a project that I'm doing, that I did for her as well. And I said, listen, I wrote this thing. Do you want to see it? And Josh can attest, she is of that heart and that spirit. She read it. She goes, oh, this is great. So we did this whole event led up to Josh, right, at the Narrow Theater in Norfolk, Virginia. And I did four short films from June till December. So 2 were funded by, when I say funded by me, it was like, if I give you a sandwich, will you do this? And then the other 2, Tammy was kind enough to give a couple of bucks to at least give people money so they would work. I mean, we shot this in 2 days,
Yes.
And but again, it was fun, quick, family. I mean, I storyboard everything. I know how I want to shoot it. I'm open to creation with the other person. One thing Josh is not saying, though, in all fairness, Candy and Josh, I had a Zoom rehearsal just to say, this is what I'm thinking. And again, like Josh said, he wasn't like, going to the Riviera on the salary. So, but he and Candy said, well, we could do another rehearsal. And I went, do you want to? And that happened 2 times, 3 times, 4 times, 5 times.
Yep.
But each time they were listening to, and I was also riffing with them a little bit. Hey, we can do this. We could do that. Try this. Let's keep this going. And it did help. Wouldn't you agree, Josh, that? Because we came in, we were ready.
Yep.
Crew was ready. We were ready. So I know you asked a different question, but I would basically say, I would echo everything Josh said. I do think a purpose and intent, and knowing that you're not going to necessarily be embraced by everyone. My constant, not plight, but my constant search is for someone who wants to work with me, wants to, say, hey, everything from funding to working with me on a film, And again, I really want to uplift people. When I lay my head down on the pillow at night, I want to go, hey, God, I want to make sure people are okay. And I really love to make people laugh. So the thing I'm working on now is a comedy, and again, it's not about this thing, but it's funny for me. It's about places, and Josh talked about theater, and I call it Places, and it's all about the acceptance in theater. And Josh can attest to this. Again, people who come into the theater, typically they make me look like a sane person. So, but it's funny. The people that come in, and it's acceptance, colors, whatever, race, belief, ethnic, whatever it is, they come in. You know why? Because they want to do the best they can, and they want to be in there, and they're accepted. So it's that great little world. So I wrote about that too.
Oh, and that's exciting.
Yeah, and Josh will be abused soon, so don't worry. But yeah, so again, you gotta have to, like Josh said, just have to believe in yourself, and because you're gonna be put down by a lot. I love the joke or the line that says, "What's the 4 stages of an actor's career?" Do you know that thing?
Haven't heard of.
Okay, I'll use Josh, and I love you, Josh. So, who's Joshua Shipman? Get me Joshua Shipman. Get me someone like Joshua Shipman, and who's Joshua Shipman? So that's the that keeps me humble.
And that's how it is, though.
It is.
That's how it is. Yeah.
Yeah, it is.
Literally.
Oh yeah.
Oh my gosh, guys, great advice and great comments. I really, really enjoyed this. I really, Thank you
Cool.
so much for your time today.
No problem. Thank you.
Thank you.
For this wonderful film. I've really enjoyed this.
Okay.
So did I. Thank you.
And
Thank
as
you.
a reminder, I also want to remind everyone when the festival is, the
Okay.
Bull City Film Festival is right around the corner. It is going to be virtual this year, March 4th through the 7th. So make sure you get your tickets and check out the recipe. It is well worth it. So thank you guys so much for your time.
Thank you so much too. Take care.
Take care.
Okay.